the great firestorms of the world, the great hurricanes of the world, the changing climate and weather patterns of the world. We've changed this world so much. And now it's beginning to respond in ways that are really unpredictable and tend to be very extreme. Extreme heat, extreme cold, extreme moisture, extreme drought. This is affecting so many people everywhere. So I really felt not just the immediate impact of these storms, but the subsequent impact of people's shattered lives, people who have lost their homes, their businesses, who cannot afford to replace them. The even whole communities that have been devastated, poorer communities especially, that will never be able to rebuild and recover. And where will these people go and how will they live? Rather than really looking at this and saying, oh, well, this is a terrible thing, these poor people, to really put yourself there and see yourself in the midst of that wreckage, the wreckage of your life now, from one event. And how this is affecting people, rich and poor. People have invested their whole lives on living in a certain high-risk part of the country, like a coastline that's prone to hurricanes, and have your home and your property devastated by that. It's something that should be really speaking to us deeply. Certainly spoke to me deeply. Like, I need to really pay attention to this. I need to really consider what it's like to be in the middle of this kind of storm. What I would do if I was wealthy or poor, this person, that person, what it would mean for my future. People don't realize that more people die after a hurricane or a big event than during it. The tremendous personal loss, personal trauma, loss of loved ones, just the impact on a person's life and how difficult it is to recover. Recovery is not merely just getting the power back on. Recovery is what happens to people's lives. And when you think of this in terms of being a sign from the world, as being a growing pattern in the world, then you begin to see that we're facing something of tremendously destructive power as we go forward. We have rising seas, we have a heating planet. Weather patterns all over the world are being altered because of the contamination we've put into our own environment, the very air we breathe. This is going to grow in intensity. These are the great waves of change. This is what I call them. We're not merely spectators of this. We're in the middle of it. We're entering a new world reality, really. And we're all going there together, either with our eyes open or completely blind. We're all going together, everyone. No one's left out of this picture. Begin to get a sense of where we're going, what's happening in the world, and how to prepare for a turbulent and uncertain future really is the most important thing to do regarding these storms. They're a reminder, they're an impetus for us to look ahead in our own lives. Everywhere we live, or can live, these great waves of change will impact us. Our economies, our well-being, our physical reality, our psychology, our emotions, everything. Some people think this is the end times and we're being punished by God, but this is nature. A nature that we've disrupted through centuries, decades of contamination and misuse, now beginning to change on its own. It's a tremendously consequential time to be in the world. From a greater spiritual perspective, we've all been sent into this world to serve this world. So these events are not things to merely deny or to avoid or to dispute, but to recognize and realize they have everything to do with who we are and why we're in the world at this time. We were all born with a greater purpose in being there. not merely to survive in a difficult world, but actually to contribute something individually to it, to the well-being of people and of the world itself.